Well, you saw the one that I hit on 18.
Yeah.
That was the 3 hybrid. Not the first one.
I know. Thanks for clarifying. I knew what you meant.
But I think why I've been hitting them so poorly, I think, is because of that. I think that was really a big part of it.
Yeah.
But I was hitting some last night, again, very light, and I felt better. That was okay, it's just short.
Yeah.
You know?
Looked a little toey.
No, I didn't feel toey.
Okay. No? Okay.
I kind of felt a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. You know better. It didn't feel. I didn't get that rattle in my hands.
Yeah.
Like the other stuff. See, it just feels. I kind of feel like I'm here, and I don't want to be that.
No, you don't want to be that far. Middle of that right leg. Middle to inside of that right leg is where you want to be.
That was bad.
That was very armsy and handsy.
Yep.
That was not body. Hit your body. Right. Take your backswing and stop before you hit it. Take your backswing and stop. We're not even going to hit this one. I'm just going to step in. Your downswing. So, there you go. That's the move, because then as soon as I keep turning your body, as soon as I move my hands,
And hold my weight.
Yep.
Yeah. I definitely hanging back is a problem.
Yeah.
Especially when I get into the longer clubs.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that felt good, but where did it end up? It went. Okay, that was good.
That was
I wasn't 100% sure because it went a lot higher than it normally does.
Yeah.
Which I only want to hit like 1 or 2 more, and then I'd like to do a little bit with the driver.
Yeah.
And I'll show you. Hopefully, I'm hitting it okay. You know what the big problem is with that. That felt good.
Looked good.
Yeah, like that's how I normally hit these things. Like, and when I tell you I've been hitting it bad, it's for this club, it's an understatement.
Yeah. So I think you're getting handsy at times, and to a certain extent, it's human nature because we do everything, pretty much everything we do with our hands to control it. So, relaxing the hands, reduce them a little bit, but also by reducing the grip pressure, now it flows a little bit more. Club works the way it should,
right?
But also your body club connection works the way it should.
And that's especially so with the driver.
Is that T too high?
Actually started teeing a little bit low. That should be fine, actually.
Okay.
Because I had the blue Pro Tees.
Yeah.
And I've been hitting a lot of stuff. If I hit it in the middle of the So here's been my misses with my driver. I either hit it here, right, real low, or I'll hit it there.
Okay.
Those are my 2 big misses.
Okay.
But what I've noticed when you're talking about the hands is I have a tendency with the driver, because I'm swinging harder, to squeeze.
Okay.
So I've been really trying to not do that. I haven't hit many since, because that was like, I'd be sitting there like, my grip's got to get stronger. I'm not coming through the ball enough, so I'd be doing this.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of here, and I'm trying to relax. So I'm not really paying much attention to this, and it's not. I want to be there.
Yep.
And I'm here, so that's been screwing me up.
Right. And you want to keep this a little more neutral, somewhere between, somewhere around your chin.
Yep. So
because when you get to here,
I start getting. When you talk about getting in my head, my grip has been getting in my head more than anything else in the entire part of my game at all.
Okay.
Like, it's really been messing me up, and there's times I've been better stepping away, coming back, and resetting and doing all that. it kind of reaches the point where I just get pissed and I just swing.
I saw that a couple times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Again, I always work how our body works naturally. So from this position, from here, hand goes on the club like this, in that neutral position. Not this way. You don't really go this way. You tend to go strong, if anything.
Right.
Just like you're going to shake somebody's hand.
Okay.
All right. Start there. Minor adjustments if you have to, based on the day, based on what's going on.
So let me ask you a question about the grip as we're getting into this. Is I've tried to mess around with it, do different things, where it's here from the pinky, basically pinky where the palm is to here, and down this way, short thumb, and then come over, right?
Yep.
And that feels pretty comfortable right now.
Yeah.
But eventually it doesn't. It starts to feel uncomfortable. So then I'll start to grip it more in my fingers. And I'm here, and I can move my hands a lot better.
Yeah.
But I want to have a more consistent one, because as I do this more, I feel like I start to get more into my palm, and then I'm leaving the club face open.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to get in your palm. You definitely want it in your fingers. I'm gonna see. I might have something that. Do I not have it here? Let's see.
But I'm definitely trying to get looser with my grip with my driver, because I notice when I do that I'm able to set my wrists a little bit better and get into that position that I need to be in.
Yeah.
Where-
and that's
where
for
I'm
sure.
here.
The more relaxed you are, the easier that's going to be.
Right. And you're going to love this. I also noticed I hit a little bit better with my driver when I slow my backswing down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I've said that before.
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah. So yeah.
There's just been a couple things, like I've noticed I'm picking the club up too quick, or sometimes I'll come inside too much, and I've just been tinkering with stuff to try and see what works. But the other thing I noticed too is sometimes my trail hand gets a little too strong.
Yeah.
Which,
Okay.
it's just that grip struggle that I have.
All right. So don't swing.
Nope.
All right. Open both hands. Try to put it flat. Just try to open them flat. Nope. Naturally, how they were on the club. So grip the club.
Grip it the way it was?
Yep. Grip it the way you were, and then just open your hands like that. They should oppose each other, just like you're gonna clap. All right. If you start getting this one back here, so this one's on neutral, this one's here facing the sky.
Right.
All right. Bad habit, because that's gonna want to turn.
So
it's
wait,
gonna want to get
move
back.
my hands, because I'm not following what you're saying.
So right now, you want your hands to directly oppose each other.
Like
so,
this? Or just
Yeah.
you mean like they can
Right,
okay.
like that.
Okay.
But directly oppose each other so that they're here. Because
Okay.
when you make the adjustment one or the other, because your right hand again naturally wants to be in this position where it's flat.
Yeah.
All right. So if you get it stronger, it's going to want to do this,
Yes.
and that turns the club face over.
Right.
All right.
Right.
We're trying to reduce the amount of right you're getting. So try to keep them directly opposing each other. Plus, they work most efficiently that way.
Okay.
That's how they. Don't get caught up in, is the club coming up too quick? If you start thinking about things, or if it's coming inside too quick,
Okay.
all right? And that's where, again, alignment stick can come in handy, because the golf clubs, naturally, there's no way you can swing a golf club and it's not going to come inside your target line.
Sure.
You just want to feel like it's coming back
Yeah, you
along
just
your
don't want to
target.
start out that way.
Right. You want to feel like it's coming back along the target line as long as possible, and it naturally comes in.
I feel better doing that with my irons, because I used to do a drill where I would put a golf ball right here with my irons. And I'd be here, and I'd want to hit it straight back.
Yep.
And that was helped my takeaway a lot. I never did it with a driver.
Yep.
I just swung and hit.
And I wouldn't recommend doing it with a
No,
driver,
I wouldn't want to do
because
the driver,
you
but like I kind of have to have that in my head, because I'll have the tendency to start coming to inside.
Right.
And I'm here, and that's a bad position. I want to be out there.
Yep. But that's where this, having the alignment stick here, again, or you could put a piece of tape,
Right.
because you have your setup at home.
Yep.
But because there's no way, like you said, you know enough about the golf swing. You don't want the club coming out here. It naturally is going to come inside. There's no way.
Sure.
All right. Unless, and if that's the case, we're going to give up. We're going to sign you up for the circus, and you're going to see the world. And the club naturally has to come inside.
The other thing I got to get away from that I've been getting better with is on my backswing. And I know it's not necessarily bad as long as you correct it or go into it, is I will keep my arm tucked in here. And then it's really hard to not come over the top when I do that.
Yep.
You know, I gotta really try and come to, and that's awkward.
Yeah.
So
I've been take it to the top of your backswing.
Yeah, I've been getting better with being there.
Right.
And I feel like that's a good spot.
It is. I was just gonna say, as long as that forearm's pointed down, this elbow's down at the ground,
right,
and not laid off,
right,
or this way.
Yeah, I don't want it out there. And
nope.
You know,
as long as this forearm is pointing as straight as possible down at the ground, excellent.
Right.
Good. Nothing wrong with that. It's all good.
And then, I've felt really good through my backswing, or takeaway, whatever, both, and then we get to here, right, and all hell breaks loose. Because I have a big tendency to open up, and I'll start with my lower half, but then I'm coming right across the ball, and I'll hit a monster pull. It's dead straight, but I'll hit a 290-yard pull.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm hitting one over right field.
Yeah.
So I have it. This is a mental thing too. Is I will be in the sim. I'll swing like I'll be here. I'm back. I come through. I do that. You know, and I'll hit this ball that starts a little bit off to the left, and I watch it on the screen, and it has this nice. And I get out on the course, and I see trees. I'm like, not happening. So then I'll overcompensate and I'll hit this giant pole.
Yeah.
So
that's in your own head.
Yes.
You got to trust yourself.
Yep. So what I'm going to start doing is going to a driving range once in a while.
Yeah.
Because I need to see the ball move.
Yeah.
I can watch it and I trust it on the sim for the most part.
Right.
Yeah.
But I got to see it.
Yeah.
I got to see it.
Or you've got to get in your own, kind of out of your own headspace and be like, hey, I can do this 80% of the time on the simulator, 90% of the time in the simulator.
Right.
I'm okay starting it at those left trees.
Right.
And letting it come back.
Right.
You've got to trust. You've got to trust because you know, and you put enough time into your game, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing course management wise, and unless you really know, don't aim for the center of those trees.
Right.
And let it come back.
Right.
Aim for the because every once in a while we hit every once in a while we hit that straight shot.
Right.
Well, if you're aimed at the middle of the trees, you're in the middle of the trees. If you're aiming at the right side of them,
and that's where my drive. I'll give you a perfect example. The first hole that we played, I piped my drive.
Yeah.
It had that little fade, and I got a little bit hosed, but whatever.
Right.
I've been having the worst golf luck.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even know. It has been like that. It landed, outside of the fairway, which is fine. But then it took some wild hop. The ground was like concrete. But anyway.
It's weird though because.
But that's. I feel like a dick for saying it, but I hit the ball hard. I hit the ball far. My miss.
Yeah.
It's not like the guy that hits a 220.
Yeah.
His miss is like it's more manageable. When I miss, it's gone.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Yep.
So,
but I think so, and no different than what we've talked about in your iron swing or your other swings. Trusting a lighter grip, lower body leading through, and a balanced finish.
So here's another question for you. Something else I'm working on. How's my posture, man?
Posture looks okay.
Okay. Because I feel like there's times where I'll be more bent over.
Yep.
And I don't. The problem I have with that is I'll be here, and sometimes I'll stand up in my backswing, and I won't come back down. Or, so if I start low here, I'll come here, and I'll pop up like an early extension.
Yep.
And that's causing a lot of misses.
That's another toe miss.
Yeah.
So, posture looks good. If anything, I would have said move a little bit closer to the ball.
Okay.
Not much.
Right.
Again, we're talking
Tiny
half in.
bits.
Yeah. But I think you're more comfortable in the position you've been in, and that's why I didn't say anything to you about it.
Right.
I think trusting those other things, and the posture kind of works itself out. If you do feel I feel you're better off closer to the ball than further away.
Okay.
Because of the reasons you just said with what happened.
Right.
All right. But again, I think you put a lot of you get in your own head too much,
100%.
and it makes it too hard to swing the golf club. If you can get in the habit of just relaxed grip, swinging along my target line.
Yep.
Your swing and your fundamentals are good enough, and your athletic ability is good enough.
Right.
Like you said, slowing down your backswing. So you're in control of your backswing. Controlling your backswing allows you to maintain a looser grip pressure.
It does, and I feel like when I slow the backswing down, I'm able to get into that position way easier.
Yep.
Because when I go too quick, it's here and it's down, and there's no. I don't need to pause, but there's no. It's too much of one quick motion.
Yeah, agreed. And slow twitch muscles,
Yep.
fast twitch muscles.
Right.
If the big muscles are still going one way, and this is going the other way,
Right.
you're done.
Right.
You've got no power. You got no idea where it's going. Yours is tendency is right.
Yeah. Today.
Right. But
Yes.
for the most part, you don't know where it's going
Right.
a lot of the time.
Right.
So the slow, and again, initiating here, but also balance.
Yeah.
So even when you're slow sometimes and you're controlled, you're not getting your weight through the shot, and that creates an issue.
Oh, I'm done.
And I'm going to tell you right now, from my perspective, that was like 92 to 95%, because you had
What,
a
of my
little
swing?
bit. No, just
What it could have been.
what it could have been.
Okay.
Because you had just a little bit of weight here when you
Right.
got through the ball, and you felt it, and but the ball was already gone at that point.
Yeah.
So just a little bit was still hanging back.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I told you first lesson, I'm always going to be tougher on you because
Yeah.
that's what you're paying me for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that looked great, and you would take that 100% of the most of the time, but it still could have been a little bit better.
Got too fast.
Yep.
Got too quick.
And you were here.
Yep.
Club was here, and then you like, oh, I'm going to shift.
Yeah.
That became hands and arms again.
Yeah. I can feel it. And the other thing you said last time was, or that we talked about, was it's a baseball thing. Is I'm here.
Yep.
Right. You know, when the pitch comes, I'm here. So once I feel like I get up here, that's when things start to get too quick.
Yeah. And that's gonna be one of your harder ones to get out of,
Right.
Because you've done that longer than you've played golf.
Yeah. See that? I felt like I started with my lower half. I don't know if I think I just left the club face wide open.
You did. Well, you started with the lower half, and you got to here,
And then
and then it was that, and then it was, oh, let me finish. Keep that lower half moving. Remember what we said about the hitting at it
yeah.
versus through it? Hit through this one.
Felt pretty good, but it's got that fade. Yeah, see, I'm trying to aim at
That blue flag.
Yeah.